and welcome to my channel. My name is Venus and today I'm doing my October horror TBR. So this TBR is all horror books. I already put out my fall TBR that has thrillers, mysteries, cozy mysteries, some romance, middle grade, and even a few graphic novels. So if you're interested in that, please check out my video. I will post it above or down below. But today it's all about horror. In October, I am participating in one readathon, and that is Halloweekend Readathon, and that is hosted by Books with Lexi. I will link her channel down below in addition to all of her co-hosts. And this readathon starts on September 28th, and it's every weekend for each weekend in the month of October, and you read from Thursday to Sunday, and there are a bunch of prompts. I am just going to talk about the 5 main reading prompts today, but there are activity prompts, some bonus reading prompts, photo prompts, and there's also a Discord that you can join as well. So first, let's start with the 5 reading prompts. These 5 books I definitely want to prioritize this month. There will also be about 5 or 6 more books that I will try to get to if I have time. The first reading prompt is match a host's spooky YouTube thumbnail, and for this one I am doing My Heart is a Chainsaw by Stephen Graham Jones. I matched this book with a thumbnail by Sav from Riveting Reads. I think it's pretty close. They both have chainsaw in the title. I'm a little nervous about this book because it's pretty long. It's over 400 pages. I don't know too much about it other than the main character is half Native American and she is obsessed with horror books, and apparently there is some slashing possibly going on in this. I am not sure, but I am not going to read the back. I am very much looking forward to trying this book and hoping that I love it and it keeps my attention for all 400 pages. Next prompt is read an anticipated horror. For this one, I actually chose Autumncrow by Chaney. I have seen this cover all over the place and I'm so excited to finally read it. It is available on Kindle Unlimited, but I had to have the physical cover. And the author is also a booktuber. I will link his channel down below. This is a collection of short stories that all take place in Autumncrow, a town where it seems to always be Halloween. I did start this, I'm about 25 pages through, and I am really enjoying it. It has all of the autumn vibes, all of the Halloween vibes, and it's much darker than I thought it would be, and I believe that the short stories kind of weave together. It seems like there's bits and pieces of the characters in each story, or some characters cross over in each story, so I am really enjoying this and I can't wait to finish it. Next prompt is read a book that scares you. I have been thinking about reading this book this year, so this was a perfect prompt for me. There are not many things that scare me, but this book and this movie have traumatized me from a very young age, and I'm going to try to get over that fear this year, and that is The Exorcist. I don't even like saying that word, but I'm gonna try. Hopefully it doesn't scare me to death. The Exorcist, I'm sure most of you already know about this book, but it is by William Peter Blatty, and it is about an 11-year-old named Reagan who is possessed by a demon, and there is something about this possession and exorcism that just absolutely terrified me as a young child, the movie, and I'm assuming the book is probably much better, so yeah, I am definitely scared to read this book. I probably will vlog it because it will probably be very entertaining. Wish me luck. The next prompt is match a monster, and there was actually a wheel that you would turn and it would pick from different kinds of monsters like vampires, skeletons, werewolves, mummies. I'm probably missing some, but my spin landed on werewolf, and the book doesn't necessarily have to be about werewolves, but it has to somehow remind you of werewolves or be about werewolves. Some kind of tie-in that you come up with. And for me, I chose Mayfly by CJ Lead because of all of the teeth on the cover. Definitely gives me werewolf vibes. I'm pretty sure this book has nothing to do with werewolves, but I've heard so many great things about this. This is a new release from this year, and I'm very excited to read it. I don't know too much about it outside of the main character works at like some Disney type place. She dresses up as a princess, similar to a Frozen princess from the movie Frozen. And I don't know, it gets dark from there. I don't know much else about it. I don't want to know too much going in. It doesn't seem to be very long. This is available, the audiobook is available on Scribd if you are interested. And the last prompt is read a book with a host's favorite trope. And for this one, I am going to Kelsi from Slime & Slasher's Favorite Tropes. I watched her recommendation video and I got so many amazing books that I felt like I would love. So I had a hard time choosing for this one. So Kelsi's tropes are set in the 80s or 90s, Halloween/fall vibes, or creepy carnivals and clowns. So for creepy carnival or clowns, I am going to possibly read Tastes Like Candy by Ivy Tholen. I love this cover so much. I think this book is on Kindle Unlimited as well. I think both of her books, because there's 2 books by this author, I think they're both on Kindle Unlimited. This one takes place in a carnival. Everyone at Pritchett High wants an invitation to the senior scavenge. In 2020, Violet Warren and her friends are the lucky ones. 8 girls will break into the Poison Apple Carnival after hours for a scavenger hunt. Then at sunrise, they'll gather for a celebration in honor of their upcoming senior year. But someone else has another game planned. Minutes after the girls sneak into the carnival, a madman in a rubber mask begins slashing his way through the group, and Violet quickly realizes his motives are personal. So this is a teen slasher set in a carnival, and I am so excited to read this. So this is one of my options. The next option is also by Ivy Tholen, and this is Mallrats, and this cover, again, love it so much. This one is set in 1999, and there are more people dropping than shopping at the dying Lone Star Mall. While Ginny Todd's parents are off saving the world from Y2K, she is trapped in a small town in Texas, forced to live with her neglectful aunt and uncle and her unstable cousin Michelle. When Ginny stumbles upon a gruesome murder in an abandoned section of a mall, she finds herself wrapped up in a murder mystery over a year in the making. The worst part, as more bodies pile up and the police follow the most likely suspect, Ginny begins to believe Michelle may be behind it all. Between a freakish killer in a baby doll mascot costume, a potential killer in the bedroom next door, and a mall dripping with blood, Ginny only knows one thing. She needs to get the hell out of Texas. This sounds so good. This one's a little longer, so I don't know if I'll get to this one this month, but I'm definitely looking forward to reading this at some point, but this is an option for the tropes. And then the last one is Nelfs by Sydney Williams. I mean, this cover is so cool and freaky. I think this one actually might be the one that I read. So this one says, Saturday morning fun. Heaven was only 4.5, but she knew everything about the Nelfs. She watched the Little Green Men on TV, read her Nelf books, and watch the Nelf movies her mommy rented for the VCR. Sometimes haven't even dreamed about the adorable little creatures. She just loved the Nelfs. Saturday Night Terror. Then the Nelfs changed. Instead of being cute and lovable, they were ugly and mean. They hurt Heaven and made her cry. Then they started hurting other people too, her mommy and her best friend. Only Heaven could stop the evil little monsters if only she knew how. This sounds also so fun. I am really excited to read this. Look at the little creepy monster on the cover. So this is another option. Think this will be the winner though. Okay, so those are the 5 books I am definitely going to read in October. The next 5 are possibilities. First up is Salem's Lot by Stephen King. This would be a reread for me. I read this a couple years ago, right when I was getting back into Stephen King after 20 years. And I think I gave this like a 3 stars because I wasn't used to his writing at that time with all the characters and the details about the town. So I feel like I probably didn't appreciate it as much as I should have, because I feel like this could potentially be a favorite of mine by him. Now that I'm used to how he writes and how he really gets involved with his character development, this is definitely a possibility. This is about a writer who comes back to his hometown, Jerusalem's Lot, which they also call Salem's Lot, and there is this haunted type house that is at the top of a hill. I think it's called the Marston's house. And there's some weird, creepy things going on in there. If you know what Salem's Lot is about, then you probably know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to spoil it. There are 2 young boys that go into the woods and only one comes back out, and there is some darkness brewing in this town. So Ben and a few other people from the town try to figure out what is going on, and that's all I'm going to say about that if you're not familiar with Salem's Lot, but I am hoping that I can get to this this month. Next up is Video Night by Adam Cesare. He is the author of Clown in a Cornfield. I enjoyed that book overall. That was kind of like a teen slasher. I thought his writing was pretty good, so I'm interested to see if I also like this book. This book is available on Kindle Unlimited if you're interested. The synopsis says, who knows more about fighting a monster invasion than a group of teenage horror fans? Billy Ryle is smart, adept at Nintendo, and has a killer hi-fi setup. Life is good, but he has no idea that an alien life form has infected his town, a creature that overtakes and transforms its hosts. It could be inside, a classmate, a pizza delivery man, even the girl next door. When Billy's weekly movie night is crashed by this otherworldly menace, he and his best friend and their dates will have to summon their courage and call upon all their horror movie knowledge if they're going to make it through a video night alive. That sounds so fun. I don't know what it is. Most of these books take place in like the 90s or 80s. I must be in that mood right now, but I am here for it. The last book I'm really hoping to get to in October is Confessions by Kanai Minato. This book, everyone talked about it last year, I remember, and I just could not get to it, and I'm really hoping to get to it this year. And I'm just gonna say, her pupils murdered her daughter, now she will have revenge. I hear this book has so many crazy like twists in it, or it's just really shocking. This woman is a teacher and she gives her last lecture and something crazy happens with her trying to get revenge over her daughter's death. That's all I need to know. I'm really hoping I get to this book as well for October, and that is all the books that I am planning to hopefully read, horror books anyway, for October. So that's all I have for today. Please hit that like and subscribe button. As always, I appreciate the time that we spend together. Please also down below tell me what is the scariest book that you've read, or a book that has absolutely scared you. I would love to hear your thoughts down below. And also let me know if it's The Exorcist too. Until next time, see ya.